Most people building Claude automations think that they're saving the time. They're actually not. They're just moving their mistakes faster. Here's the thing, I've seen hundreds of Claude automations, from the people who are just starting with Claude to the folks who are running AI-powered businesses. And almost everyone makes the same three mistakes, not obscure edge case mistakes, the obvious ones, the ones that they seem like they're working right until the moment they don't. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what they are, why they happen, and how to avoid them. I'm going to show you real examples, real fixes, and I'll tell you right now, one of these is going to feel uncomfortably familiar. So let's get into it. Mistake number one. Someone wants to automate something with Claude. They open a chat, write a prompt, and they put everything inside that prompt. Their company, their role, the task, the edge cases, the examples, everything in the prompt. One giant block of text, some files attached, and they do this every single time. And they're just repeating this process. And this kind of works, so they keep doing it. But here is what actually happens. They're manually doing the things that Claude architecture is designed to do for them. And they don't even know that these features exist. Check out these two responses. They look really similar, right? That's because they are. The one on the right has a little bit better structure because it resembles the way that we write in our agency better, but they're similar. Here's the real difference. Take a look at this. Those are the prompts that generated these messages. How can this prompt on the right side generate the same message that the prompt on the left side, which is much bigger and even has a document attached to it? That's the power of Claude projects and context engineering. Let's be specific. Claude has project. You write instructions, you give it a file it needs, and these two things stay here forever. So for every conversation that happens inside this project, all these conversations will have instructions, context, and file context that we attached here. Also, every project has its own memory. Apart from project's memory, there is also your personal memory that your Claude remembers about you. And it's important to note that these two memories are not the same. Also, the memory from one project will never spill into another project, because this would create a total mess. Now, to prove you this, we're gonna ask inside our project, what rules does this chat follows when it's writing email for us? And those rules are inside this instruction here. And now when Claude answered, we can check its answer here, and yeah, those are pretty much the rules I set in instructions for this project. Now the thing here is that even though it looks like that, Claude is not just a chat box. It's a platform with actual structure built into it. System prompts for persistent instructions, projects for scoped context, memory for continuity, and extended thinking for tasks that actually need more reasoning time. When you dump everything into a single prompt, you're doing actually more work that you need every time. And that's the reason why you get less reliable results over time. Now, to fix this, before writing a prompt to do some automation or a task, spend 10 minutes actually writing instructions and attaching files to a project, because even though maybe it seems like a lot of work at once, it will actually benefit you long term. Now, here's the thing, all of this gets even better with plugins and skills, but I'm going to cover them in my next video coming this week. Okay, mistake number two. If you have to open Claude and manually trigger a task every time it needs to run, is that really an automation, or is that just a fancy way to do something that you already been doing manually? Most people are in this second group. They build a cool workflow and they're running it manually every Monday, once a month, every time new content drops, and it works and it feels cool, but that's not really an automation. They are still the ones showing up to press execute button. Claude Cowork now has scheduled tasks. This feature dropped recently. What you would do in this interface or in the Cowork chat is that you would schedule a new task, clicking this button or writing the chat, and here you would give it some basic instructions, and then it will run every single time when you define it. As you can see, frequency can be manual, the thing that most people are already doing, or you can select one of these four options. Now, I previously mentioned skills and plugins, and even though I'm not going to cover them extensively in this tutorial, I'm still gonna mention them now, because combining skills with scheduled events is what makes Claude really powerful now. And in my opinion, opinion, it makes it even more powerful than anything. Now, what do I think with this? I have a skill for a morning routine, which I invoke every time I write something like make me a coffee. This skill then goes and analyzes news for me and gives me reports on the things that I like to receive reports on every morning. Currently, I'm following the situation with war in the world, but I'm also following tech-related news. Also, this skill makes my Cowork give me a daily overview. For my calendar, it also reads my emails and tells me what I received. Think of a skill like a recipe that you give Claude so it always know how to do specific things. So it basically makes Claude more deterministic. Now when I type make me a coffee, Claude will invoke make me a coffee skill that will create a dashboard that looks something like this. As you can see, today it checked my Microsoft calendar, Microsoft email, and because it's 12 a.m. I pretty much received nothing, and also I have no meetings today. As you can also see here, it gave me some news and also divided them in sections. Now, writing this in chat, make me a coffee, is one way to trigger this action. But I can also go ahead here in the chat and tell it to do this every morning, either by schedule keyword or just write it to schedule it. Without a keyword, it will know what I mean by that. And then it will make a task like this for me. And as you can see, this will execute every morning at 7:05. Now, if you want to take this skill, copy it, tweak it for yourself, you can do that in my free Claude Academy community on School. Now, in the next video, I'm gonna walk you through the whole process of setting up the skill and then connecting that skill to a schedule. But important concept that you need to understand now is that these schedules exist. Now, think about all the repetitive workflows that you have to do every day, every week, once a month. You can use Claude's scheduling feature. All of those tasks would be run by Claude for you, so you don't have to think about running them manually anymore. Of course, you'll have to check outputs, but what's most important is that you don't have to worry about triggering it. There is also a way that you can actually connect Claude and it will be able to send you a message on applications like Slack. That's also something that I'm gonna leave for the next video because I don't want to make this video too long. And from my experience, the people who are getting the most out of Cowork are not the ones who are running the most tasks. They're the ones who have the most and the best tasks scheduled for them to run automatically. And now, the third mistake. Honestly, this one is the one that hurts the most when it goes wrong. I showed you how to run automations on schedule with Claude. You build it once and then you let it run, and it runs, it runs, it runs. But here's what most people don't account for. Claude changes. And not just the models. Platform changes with the models. A step that used to be reliable start producing outputs that are fine. Not great, just fine. And the problem with just fine is that it goes through. Nobody actually notices it. And then something breaks. So people start thinking, how is this possible? Yesterday, this automation ran completely normally, and now I'm just getting errors. And the problem is set and forget mentality that comes with automations. You built your scheduled automation in Claude, you tested it a few times, you ran it, everything worked, you sent it to your friend, he ran it. It was working for both of you perfectly, but model changed. It's using different tools now. Maybe model didn't change, but platform changed. Scheduled feature doesn't exist anymore, or they moved it to cloud. And that's the reason why reviews are very important. And the best thing with Claude is that even those reviews can run on schedule. And here is where another skill that I wrote myself comes into place. This self-heal audit skill will run on a cadence every week or every month. You can set it on whatever you want, and you can also find it for free in my school community, Claude Academy. Now, as I said, this self-heal audit skill will go and check all of your connections, all of your skills, all of your workflows, and it will make sure that nothing broke. How it will do it? Well, basically, it will search for the latest updates from Claude, and it will make sure that you have nothing set up that is not supported anymore. Now, as you can see here, I have this skill scheduled to execute every Monday. And if anything breaks, I will know and I will be able to fix it. And then in the future, I will not get mysterious errors, and any other workflows that depend on my previous workflows won't break. Honestly, setting this up only took me like 10 minutes, but in practice, it saved me hours of fixing downstream damage. Okay, so here's the part which I actually want you to sit with for a second. All three mistakes that we went over in this video come from the same root assumption. The Claude is just a tool you configure and then you trust it, but it's not. It's collaborator that you breathe, direct, and maintain. But now you know, Claude has an actual platform under it. Scheduled tasks exist for a reason, and nothing runs perfectly forever without somebody checking on it. And that's it. Fixing these three things and always thinking about them will actually get you a long way in Claude world. Now, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe, as I will be releasing video where I will go into more details into skills and plugins, so make sure not to miss that one out.